I've got a top view there. That was, can you see that one? That was what wasn't happening there. That's the moon landings right there, isn't it? My name's Andy. I'm a record producer. I'm also playing guitar with Judas Priest. Hair's important. I did the band thing through until I was about 21. I did 3 albums. I got into record production. I was working in the States and I worked with a lot of the bigger metal bands that, you know, if you're into this sort of music, you'll have heard of. You've probably seen my name on quite a few records. Got involved with Judas Priest, working with them as a producer. And then when Glenn had to step aside from doing live work because of Parkinson's, they asked me to step in. And I had short hair at the time because I'd hit that mark at sort of 50 where it was thinning out and I'd given up. It went all right. A lot of comments online though, who's this guy with short hair, blah, blah, blah. Your confidence does take a bashing from that. So I decided it was time to look at what I could do. When I first came here and saw Will, he said to me, first thing we'll do, put your hairline back and put a bit of thickness. You know, that's all we can do with doing the smaller procedures. They didn't promise me the world from the get-go. They said, if you don't want to shave your head, we can do 1,200 grafts and it'll do this. You know, it'll put your hairline back, give you a bit more on top. It wasn't as big a deal as I initially thought. You know, after I'd done the first one, I was like, well, that was easy. You know, why have I been putting this off? So that's why I've been back twice and not thought about it. You know, I've just got it done. And I don't mind talking about it because I think that there's no stigma to it to me anymore. There's even been a couple of guys that have, you know, tried to give me wacky comments online, just fans. And I've just been straight up with them, you know, and it always turns out that they've got a problem. Then they come back to me after I've been very honest with them, sort of going, well, what have you done? So I've ended up, you know, invited them to shows and sat down and I had a talk to them and said, get it done. It's not as big a deal as you think. It's nice to feel a little bit more confident about yourself. You know, I think you carry that across whatever you're doing, whether it's in your work or in your general life, you know. I got quite emotional at first. Oh, I've got my hair back. It does affect you. There's a reason why people do this, and it is a confidence thing. That spring in your step and feeling like you feel good about yourself, and that's what it's about. It's about, you know, the way you present yourself and your image and how you carry yourself, really. I think it's all part of that.